opening crawl of
Sort of.
replicants rebelled a while ago and they stopped producing them, but then they brought them back, right?
Yeah.
And then, this guy fell in love with this chick, and maybe he was a replicant, but maybe not, but she definitely was, and she had a kid, and that's not supposed to happen. That's it. That's the whole.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. So another thing about the way it presents the plot points, oh shit! I had this ready to go and I lost it because we changed topic 3 times.
I jump around when I think.
Oh right. Every time that the plot points revise themselves as more things are revealed, the character would either see or hear things that had happened previously in the movie, which normally would be annoying. Like, you think, last time on Dragon Ball Z, yeah, we were all there. But in this case, let's say I'm this guy? Yes.
Yeah.
Ridiculous guy.
Goku guy.
But in this case, it makes sense because the entire point of the plot is memories. So going back to it in that fashion fits thematically. And that never happens.
That's actually something that you noticed that I didn't, because personally, when I was watching it, whenever they would go back and, replay, a line of dialogue and some visual of things that had previously been said, I personally felt a little patronized, because I was like, I heard them too.
Right.
I'm still here. I didn't go anywhere.
Right.
You didn't need to, repeat yourself. I'm not a moron.
Right.
But, that's me.
Right.
But for you, you got something positive out of it, and that's actually really good. I think that's cool.
I think that's the kind of thing that it's easy to say, why are you doing this, when you don't link it to the theme of the movie.
Yeah, the fact that you did actually means that you probably got a lot more out of it than me.
Yes.
Okay, that's very cool.
Well, I can't say substantively whether I got more out of it than you, but I feel like I got a lot out of it. What am I doing?
Red War.
Complete mission unbroken in the EDZ. Sweet.
I believe you had just done a tank run.
Yeah, I think I needed Okay. Where the fuck is this? I was... Mission in EDZ...
Is it that blue
Mission
one?
in EDZ... The what? This? No, this is a public event.
What about... No, the blue flag.
Patrols.
Oh.
It's
it's way up there.
Alright, recommended power 160. What are we at? 178? Sweet, we can do it. Why did you take me out of that game? All I hit was back.
The thing that takes you out of the
Well, yeah, but I went into the menu from this, and then I hit back, and it didn't take me to the thing I was last at. That is what bothers me there. So...
Are we going to actually intro at any point?
I was going to wait until, we got all the Blade Runner out of our systems, but if you want, we can just go now and include all that shit.
We were talking about Blade Runner, by the way.
We are starting, okay.
We're just going to skip the intro.
Hi, everyone, we're the least fancy.
Fine, I'm Matt.
Hi, Mitch.
And we're playing Destiny 2. Mitch is probably going to complete the campaign today. He feels like it's not near the end, but it is.
I feel like I'm not near the end. If this is near the end, then this is a really insubstantial campaign in that case.
Well, you got the band back together, and now you have assaulted, this Red Legion base where you're going to take this high-ranking commander's ship to their big, sun-blowy-uppy ship.
But,
I'm sorry, do you want me to just call it a Death Star?
You can say sun blowy uppy, I like that. It took me a moment to like it, but I like it. No, what I was gonna say is, the getting the band back together thing feels like the end of the first act. But in the actual, progression of it, that's, 2/3 of the way through. Shit. I should have done this before. I should have thought to do this before we actually... Nope, that's horizontal.
Please don't reverse that. Everything would be terrible. Oh, so hey, see the challenges?
No, shit. Those. I'm not gonna do them.
Defeat 75 fallen enemies, you'll probably end up doing that anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Who will that benefit, me or you?
This character.
Okay, this character, cool. Me.
Because remember, if you complete challenges, you get legendary loot.
That is true.
You do want legendary loot, don't you, Mitch?
Hello, people. This is a hand cannon.
Yep.
Cool.
Omalon. So it feels like a sponge when
And
you
I've
shoot
got
it.
an auto rifle. Man, I should have checked these things before we actually started. I'm not good at thinking ahead today.
No, that would be me asking about time changes before I realized my parents were going to bring me fucking pumpkin hunting.
Yeah, and just okay. So we
My dad never gets it when I get upset that, like, oh, something, like, has suddenly come up and you must come do it with us. But, oh, Matt,
Right.
what's that? You scheduled something?
Too
Well,
bad.
well, your friends shouldn't be upset. It's outside of your control, right? It's the family that's forcing you to do it. And I'm
no,
like,
that's not outside your control. You can
It-
say no. You're an adult.
that's, yeah.
Oh god, okay. Alright, not supposed to go that way. How do I get there?
I don't
'Cause-
know, dude. Maybe all of the map to the to the right of this location.
Why would... It doesn't... It looks like it's at the tip of the ship, though, and last time I was in the ship, I went through here and it took me somewhere else entirely. That,
And maybe
oh my
go
god,
up
I can't
top.
shoot this thing. Yeah, but how do I get to the top?
Go out there, turn around, and then jump on the roof.
Oh, I have to jump?
You know
God
there's-
didn't give me legs so I could jump?
You know there's a double jump function in the Destiny games.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
that's just for fucking with people in multiplayer.
No! It's a highly integral part of your moveset. You don't go into Warframe and walk the whole time.
I go into Dark Souls and walk the whole time.
That's because Dark Souls is all about being a very low-powered, individual against high-powered enemies and, like, prevailing anyway. That's like the whole power fantasy or something.
Yes, he gets it. Matt gets it. Oh god, I cannot fire this thing. I need to get used to this.
It's a submachine gun, it's not an auto rifle.
Oh, that explains a lot.
You should probably get closer.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine from here. Watch this. Oh yeah, I'm fine. I did a whole 27... One bullet hit.
I'm so sad for my accuracy stat.
Is it shared across characters?
I don't know. It might be.
I
I don't
hope
think
it
it.
is.
I don't think it actually tracks that.
I don't think it does either. Where are you? I don't want to be shot by this guy while I'm off doing something else.
But yeah, it's. Dad, it's not like it's my reputation or something.
Oh, we're going back to the conversation from like 2 minutes ago. Okay.
We never really had a substantive conversation after that, so I feel fine going back.
You
to
had a
it.
little trouble with that word, and that amuses me.
Yeah.
Okay. We are now able to enter the ship. We were not actually on the ship yet.
That's correct.
Also,
Now
it's
you're
another
on the
time
ship.
when there's my radar going off, and I keep thinking that something's gonna happen bad to me, and nothing does. So, yes, as we might have inferred at the start, Matt and I were just watching Blade Runner 2049 at the movies.
Yeah, and I had to change times like twice because of my brother being.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's not that I'm upset I had to go pick pumpkins. I'm upset that I had to compromise my already wobbly reputation on being on time. Again.
You could have said no. That's all I'm gonna say. You could have said no.
I could have said no, but the consequences of continuing...
Oh, you secretly love pumpkins, don't you? You're a pumpkin fucker.
Are you... Buddy, pumpkins are fucking delicious.
For your penis,
No?
pumpkin fucker.
You don't understand, you've never been inside one!
I have not. I've seen the inside of a peach, a giant one.
That is another... How have you seen that movie and not Indiana Jones? For fucking real? James and the goddamn fucking giant peach?
Yeah!
But you haven't seen Indiana Jones.
Because someone showed me James and the Giant Peach. Like, we watched it in freaking daycare. You know what we didn't watch in daycare? Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones is completely daycare appropriate, okay?
Okay, but we didn't see it in daycare.
Except for, the melty bits.
What? Oh yeah, those. No, those are fine for kids. Kids understand melting.
I mean, just look at what they do to ants.
Ew. I never actually did that. When
I
was a
didn't
kid.
either. I've never known anyone who did that.
I don't.
What?
I don't think normal people. Oh, scions can do that.
Oh yeah, that's the. That was like grenade-like though previously. Oh my god, I had seen it in like a, the wave along the ground type of form, like that.
Yeah.
Get off of me, dogs!
What happened to the dog
What dog?
in Blade Runner?
Nobody went back to pick it up, so it's
It's
just
wandering around the ruins of Las Vegas. It seems.
Yeah. Also, I was like scratching my eyes when it did the location display for that, so I had to figure out like half an hour later that it was Las Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was really fun for me.
I mean, there were a couple of hints that you didn't need to see the words. I actually figured it out without.
Oh, so
without-
you too missed the words.
No, I missed the words too. But I figured out it was Las Vegas because when they zoomed in on the map, there's one road. With a ton of buildings on either side, and then when we're in the city, it's a big desert, and there are statues of like orgies and shit.
I don't know
Going
shit
on.
about Las Vegas.
That all sounds like sci-fi Las Vegas to me. So I just immediately thought that was it. And
When you're in Las Vegas, there are definitely like giantess orgies going on. that is just what happens in Vegas, and it stays there.
I was just thinking,
Fuck!
this future seems like the kind of future where people would just make statues of like orgies and shit because it's the future and we're apparently morally corrupt in the future.
Yeah, sex is like the worst possible thing.
I mean, Kay thought so. Or Joe.
No, he had sex once. It's okay. It's very heavily implied that they had sex.
He definitely had sex with a prostitute wearing the holographic skin of his waifu. And it was,
Please don't say waifu.
No.
Like,
You don't want to accept it, but that's exactly what was going on.
Fuck
in the movie. Mitchell, listen. You absolutely know that by implication there are definitely products exactly like that in the Blade Runner universe for anime girls. You know it.
Yeah,
You don't
gotta
want to
be.
admit it.
Dude, have you seen Ghost in
What-
the Shell? Of
it's-
course they have that shit.
it's
Ghost in the Shell is
absolutely-
Japanese.
It's absolutely true. Okay?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Yep. Definitely true.
God.
What?
It's just, I had been thinking about that and not able to talk about it with anyone since I saw the movie.
Oh, of course,
And I'm like, oh, you're telling me that I can, like, buy a holographic wife who I can't actually touch? It's like,
You're making it sound like you would do that.
I wouldn't. Because I actually enjoy, like, people. Generally.
Oh, that's
But-
not true at all.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I guess I'm not... Oh,
Why would I be doing this if I didn't enjoy
they
people?
comment on the fact that I'm not supposed to go that way. So, there is this one point in the movie in which a character says to the main character... Nope, that was wrong. Says to the main character, you don't like real girls, do you? Something like that. And Matt just stops everything and looks straight at me with expectation that I will just acknowledge it. I've
like-
never been so insulted.
That's a lie.
I have never felt like my friends have known me this well.
That's much closer to the truth. That's much closer to the truth.
Oh man, they're prepared for me. They knew I was in the vents.
That you
Fuck
weren't
it.
being very sneaky in the vents.
I wasn't trying. Where? I just
Gotta-
like,
you
lost
gotta
track
just-
of where everybody was.
Also, the part he's referring to is, I don't know, I actually, spoiler alert, I guess,
This
for
is going to
Blade
be coming
Runner.
out months later.
It
more than
is.
likely.
It is, but, people never saw the first Blade Runner, so that's actually not a dig at you. The first
Oh, it's
Blade...
totally a dig
no,
at me.
it's not.
Whether it's intended or not, it's still a dig at
The-
me because I interpret it as such.
The first Blade Runner was like a box office, like,
Bust.
but huge bust. No one went and saw it. It gained a huge cult following later and inspired a ton of things. It actually came out before Ghost in the
Yes.
Shell.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure the director of Ghost in the Shell was directly inspired by that.
Oh, absolutely, definitely. That's why it's That's why it's known so well, even though it performed really poorly movie-wise. Is because it just inspired a ton of the aesthetic of sci-fi that came after it, which it
geez.
totally deserves, because that movie was fucking gorgeous and bleak at the same time. My favorite shot, I think, was when they were flying over what looked like farm fields, right? Do you remember that?
Yes,
The very
very first shot of the movie.
No, those were solar farms. I'm talking about, like, after the opening scene with the fight with the guy in the house, and then he flies back to the LAPD.
Okay.
The very first shot of that travel scene is, like, a shot of what looks like some farm fields, right? But as you, like, fly over it, you notice that there's depth to the fields, and oh wait, this is all warehouses
Yes.
and like streets, right?
Yeah.
And that was my favorite shot because it perfectly encapsulates the aesthetic of Blade Runner.
I actually figured that out really quickly. That was more like an intensely dense suburban sprawl.
Yeah, and
Like that was what I equated it to in my mind.
yeah, and
It was that uniform.
so it looked like a farm field at first blush, and that's really just the whole aesthetic of Blade Runner is, oh, look how much we've replaced, nature with technology.
Yeah.
Do you also notice that all of the tech was like analog and not digital? Like physical buttons on things. The screens were like vacuum tube.
I didn't actually notice that because, like, I'm not. Again, it's another fact of me not being a film buff. Oh my god, there are two elites here. Okay. It's another thing of me not being a film buff that I don't really notice things like that because, like, I would notice if I was more well versed in sci-fi movies and cyberpunk specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, so to me, I didn't really notice that at all. Like, to me, it was just sci-fi tech.
I gotcha.
But, like, it's sort of like
That's
the
fine.
low fantasy of sci-fi, if
That's-
I can be so bold. Like, this stuff is high-tech, but it's not like...
It's high tech in a way that it would have seemed high tech in the 80s. Right? Because that's
I mean, it
exactly
still
what
kind
it
of
was.
is now, because thinking, like, a holographic wife that merges with a human being, like, what? In order to have sex. At least that's how it's used in the movie. I'm sure they could just do that whenever they want.
Basically, the hologram person
Okay, I did a lot more
overlays
damage with that than I
themselves
thought.
onto a prostitute that they hired and then just kind of syncs up their body movements. And it was visual. I mean, let's face it, that was visually stunning.
I didn't give a
Right?
shit that it was sex.
It
It was just really cool.
was a really cool scene. I just wish that Ryan Gosling acted a little less like a wet paper towel during that scene.
Wet paper
he
towel?
He basically just stands there.
Well, that's his character, though. His entire character up to that point is the stoic, pretty boy, pretty much.
Oh, I'd also like to point out, Destiny-wise, because this is cool, Faux Hammer, Amanda
Oh.
Holiday is totally
I
blowing shit
just
up for
noticed.
you.
Yeah, that's really awesome. She just popped in, pretty much, and she's a striking. And man, this
should
looks a lot like the hangar bay of the Cairo.
Yeah.
A lot like the hangar bay of the Cairo.
You probably
oh.
didn't need to super. She's going to take care of pretty much everything for you.
Yeah, but I thought she wouldn't. Like, leave some for me. Oh, there we go. There's one. Oh,
You
two
got him.
hits. Wow.
You got him.
I'm pretty strong.
Stronk, Mitch.
Sorry, I was dying a little bit while you were talking. I did not intend to, but it just happens sometimes.
That's okay.
Death
I understand. People don't like it when I talk. Ugh. It's something I've come to expect.
I can't
It's-
deny it. That's why I'm here, to hear you talk and make fun of you talking.
Question: Was that did you have a water at the movies?
No, it was a Sierra Mist.
Oh, so you did have soda. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering about
It was
that.
a large Sierra Mist. I wasn't sure whether to go with small or large, but I knew that it was like a 3-hour movie, so I'd probably need more than a small.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
this
maybe-
doesn't.
oh god, okay, alright, hey.
That didn't look like a boss fight room to you?
Well, it looked to me like a place where I would, like, go up and hit a button.
Ah,
I'm clearly very bad at judging these things.
clearly.
Much better at judging where to put cover.
Gotta get that super back.
Gotta get that. Oh man. I need to recover.
Do you have heavy ammo?
Oh, I do. That's gonna be very useful here. Let's do that.
Thanks for standing next to each other.
Yeah, seriously. Like, man, you're my best friends now. Now I'm just gonna
I think you got him. Yeah.
clump you. Yep. Let's say that verb was intentional.
What verb? I actually didn't hear it.
Clump.
Clump?
Yep.
That's a verb.
It is.
Clump together.
Yeah. But it was one guy. I
Uh,
was using it as like an onomatopoeia, and like it's not a valid onomatopoeia there.
what's that guy's name?
It's something the unbroken. Doesn't matter to me what he is. He needs to be broken. Oh, he's floating. He had a friend. Oh man, he's got friends. This just got interesting. By which I mean, please give me more super. This is what I want. I misused it once again.
So this is the guy you're going to impersonate to get onto the ship, I guess.
Okay, yeah, because I can totally pass as this guy. I look just like him.
Those broad shoulders, the tiny head.
Both are true statements about me. Alright, get over here. Okay, not too close, not too close. I need to shoot you. Perfect. That's a good unbroken guy. Still can't read his name. It's just popping up fleetingly. Let me see if I can get a good look at it. Where'd he go? There we went. Thumas? I got distracted by dog. I need to punch these dogs. Please do not say that out of context.
You're doing a wonderful job, Mitch. Continue punching those dogs.
That's what I'm here for. Get over here. Ah, there you go. All right. Oh, okay. Hi.
This seems like a really good idea, honestly. Strap a bunch of blades to a dog and just like go get him.
Yes, I got it. I didn't know if I'd make that shot. He tried to slashing me.
You got him.
Yes. All right.
Good job. Thumos's key codes.
All right. And now the mission's gonna end. And I'm not actually gonna get to do anything with those key codes just yet.
You did a hell of a job, Gardner. I'm gonna spread the word.
Does ammo carry over still like it did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it resets anyway. I haven't noticed it if it does.
Okay, so I'll assume that it's fine. It's just the same as it was.
We all seem to like Blade Runner, is I think the takeaway from the movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would definitely say I liked it.
Would you be interested in seeing the original now?
Yeah.
Alright.
I
We can plan that sometime.
honestly, as soon as we started thinking, like, hey, let's watch Blade Runner, I wasn't sure if maybe I should just find the original and watch it, but I just didn't really give myself the time for it.
No, that's fine.